Alright, a little bit of a tanking update. Um, I don't know, I'm still getting flack for running this, but just consider something for a second, alright? Oh, excuse me. Brothers in Arms is like 2.2%, right? And right now here, I don't know, what's 82% of 3%? 2.4-ish? I don't know. So let's say 4.6% there, plus chocolate. So I'm like 9% increased view range just off of that. So I'm around 445 right now. I'm probably over 445. I'm not going to sit here and do the math. But so that would mean that with optics, I'd be around 490, right? That's not bad. That's not bad at all. You can do a lot of patrolling with 490. Um, except, the fact that you're rather big and you're no bat chat and you're rather easy to hit. Like even glancing shots just go right through you. Um, so maybe driving up on that hill for extended periods of time isn't the greatest idea. If there are other people around that can do it better than you. Um, but if you're a very proactive play style, optics is really good, I guess. 490-meter view range ish with this kind of setup. More if you have the other spotting skills, which is really good for defeating camo. Um, except this tank has really good camo value, and if you're driving around a lot, you're kind of neglecting what makes this tank so survivable. It's a bush tank. It survives by hiding in a bush and not being seen, and then backing away and then using terrain to get to another bush and not being seen. So while optics might be really good for the active person who spots most of his own targets, um, you still won't spot people in camo. You'll still mostly be spotting people out in the open. And on those games where both teams are camping, and if you go up, you'll get vaped. What this setup lets you do, because with binoculars sitting still, you get right now I get around 560-meter view range, or whatever view range. Yeah, view range, right? Spotting distance 445. So I have 445-meter view range when I'm driving around. That's my spotting range. When I'm just driving around patrolling, I can see anyone out in the open, anybody who's recently fired from camo, just about from pretty far away. So I can see people back up, shoot, just like I would if I had optics. Except when I go into a bush and get ready to get side shots or whatever, I wait for the camo to kick in, and I wait for the binocs to kick in, and you would be amazed at how many snipe fights I win now, or how many vision control fights I win, simply because I roll up into a bush and wait 3 seconds, and then their entire team lights up, and I can shoot without getting spotted. They get really upset. For Magic Bush on Erlenberg, this is fantastic. There's a lot of bushes on steps you can use. People won't see you; they'll get frustrated. I actually got accused of running Warpack yesterday because I killed an entire platoon of idiots that were out in the open, and they were like 300 meters away from me, and they couldn't see me. They actually told me I was reported for using Warpack because there's no way I could do that, or whatever. I had a good laugh. Is that kind of ignorance really brightens my day, you know? But and it's the same thing with the vertical stabilizer, with Brothers in Arms and with Snapshot and this other thing and Chocolate. Combined with the gun's natural stats, in any situations where you need a vertical stabilizer, you don't really need one. Like when things get up in your face, you don't need one because you never really get up to speeds. Like the only time this really needs a vert is when it's going really fast, and you're better off not driving across the open in this tank, but using terrain. But that's enough. That's enough of the magic hiding leopard stratting. I don't know. I like some of these other tanks. STA is fun. Roomba's a lot of fun. This is another tank I win, carry a lot of games in because they can't see me. Because I know where all the good bushes are and where I can abuse the spotting system really well. I run optics mostly and everything. T-34, of course not. Bad view range. In random games, you have to do a lot of stuff yourself. The Panther M10's the same way. I run binoculars on this too. Allows me to just camp when I need to. Um, I don't know, I run optics on my big tanks. It actually pays off quite a bit because they're too slow to really benefit from a vert stab anyway. You know, my reticle stays like leopard tiny in my U100 because it moves so slow in fights. Um, I don't know, some other tanks, 350 view range. I'm using optics in this. It's probably not the best idea, if I'm going to be honest. But I've actually won some spotting fights versus other IS-3s because they don't have one. I get the first shot off, and then I'm lit, and then I unlit, and then I fire again because the spotting system in this game is bullshit. I run optics there. Yeah, you get the idea. But the 62A, I don't run optics on. I used to have camo. I wasn't feeling like I was getting much out of it. On the test server, I played about 100 games in this without any skills whatsoever on the crew, and I did really well. I mean, yeah, they're test server, but the theory is I don't really need. The camo will be my fourth skill, working on repair. Got brothers in arms. I want to maximize the rate of fire on this tank. You know, 9.09 rate of fire. It's an amazing tank. So it doesn't have that many hit points on the Amarak anyway. I mean, you're more relying on getting a good save than anything in this tank. You know, it's a small amount, so 12.7% doesn't really amount to much. So I use Adrenaline Rush, Clutch Braking, I don't know what this is even, Deadeye, Sixth Sense, Brothers in Arms Repair, and I have Defense in the Rammer. And sometimes I run Consumable. If I run a Consumable and I'm having a really close game, I can get like 4.75 second reload, which is pretty crazy, if I'm going to be honest. I mean, even without it, you know, it's a low 5 seconds. It's practically 4 seconds. I don't know. I may trade that back. I haven't made my mind up about this tank yet. I just know I like to play it like a ganker, and I don't spot a lot of my own targets because I kind of hide somewhere for a little bit until the enemies get spotted, and then I work out a way to go and get some of the weaker or stupider ones, and then I just go take all their hit points. Although, recently, I platooned today with a couple bat chats, so they stole all the damages. So my my average damage per game right now went from like 3,000 to 2256, which is horrible. Well, I guess it's not that horrible. I just got to get better at stealing damage from autoloaders. Is all. You know, I have a lot of fun playing this tank. I almost always get at least that much damage out every game. Like it's consistent. Like I make 2300, 2500, 2300. Like then I die early and get an 1800 damage game because our bat chats are ridiculous at killing all the bad players. Like they just derp out into the open and the bat chats like just kill him, and I've only gotten one shot off and it's dead already in like 5 seconds. It's ridiculous. Medium platoons are OP. Nerf medium platoons.